I think that most of us have been someplace before. When I say most of us, coaching-wise, have been someplace before where we've had number one defenses. So we've had the confidence in what we do and how we do it. I just personally know the two guys who were here previously here in this system. You know what I mean? And it's a great challenge, I know, because they did a great job. But we plan on doing a great job too. So, you know, the players are resilient. You know, they'll adjust however we attack it. And I think the coaches are resilient. So we'll just do it all together. I have no problem with a kid coming up to me and saying, I don't understand this, or I don't feel good about this. And we make adjustments. I said it best the other day. We're going to have some bouts with adversity until we become adversity. And I think that's the same thing on each side of the ball, and, you know, special teams. And as a team, I think it's the truth. And, you know, once you understand that if we all stay together and we're all happy for each other's successes, that's when you have something special and get it rolling. Because we are Michigan. I think I heard Macari say this at the Big Ten. We're never the hunted, we're always the hunters. And it's true. I understand exactly what he's saying, because there's a level of expectation of being at this great university, and it shouldn't be a surprise that, you know, Sharon hired the staff that he hired, and we have the players that we have. And we're just going to go attack. Doesn't matter what anybody else says. We're going to get better. We're going to try to get better each and every day. You'll 1% better, and you'll like where you're at. So I think that's the biggest challenge is when you get into that 4th to 6th day of practice, and those days get long, is just keeping everybody focused on what the challenge is. And that's to get better every day. And then we'll see where we're at and adjust from there.
Got time for two more. We'll go Reiner, then Aaron.
How are some of the players adjusting to maybe, you know, some of the more man coverage principles, especially in the secondary?
There's no truth to any of that. I mean, that's all speculation. And to me, understand this. And I'll say this wherever I'm at, and I'll say it when I'm retired. Okay? Man teams, when you start out teaching the principle of man, which we'll do on the first practice, can play zone to win games. Zone teams play nothing but zone, can never play man to win the game. Teams that don't pressure, when they have to pressure, it doesn't usually look right because they don't practice it. So if you just want 4-man rush and coverage the entire game, when it comes time where you need to win a situational play, if they know that you're just going to be a 4-man rush coverage team, you don't have a very high success rate. Now, if they don't, you know, I'm not saying you can't play 4-man rush and coverage in situations, but I think just building it off of the man principle, one-on-one coverage principle, which these kids have been playing ever since they played football. You know, with all the 7-on-7s and everything else they're doing, 7th grade on, 6th grade on, younger than that. They all grow up playing cat coverage. You know what cat coverage is? I got that cat. So I think that, you know, there's a lot more things that go into it than just playing man.
Well, sure, but I mean, you know, players obviously even at the NFL level. I mean, Asamoah, for instance. I mean,
who?
Nandi Asamoah. I mean, you know.
Asamoah?
Yeah. When he switched, you know, obviously went to Philadelphia. There was a you know, a decline in performance partially related to how the scheme ran versus.
Well, I mean, you could say scheme. You could say he got older. You could say a bunch of different things. He's got a different coach. You know, there's a bunch of different things that go into it. But, you know, my preference, I want a corner out there and cover man. My preference. What we do with the safeties is our business. I mean, but you got a corner that can play man, like Will can. That's my preference. I like the guys that get drafted high. We'll control the narrative of it. Am I an aggressive play caller? Yes. I'm an aggressive play caller. We won a lot of football games calling games aggressive. Okay? When it doesn't work, that's when everybody comes out and says, always blitzing too much. Don't hear that at all when you win. You hear about how creative you are, right? So you just don't listen to any of that. We'll find that right mix, you know, of pressure, simulated, all the other stuff. We'll find the right mix, and that's what training camp's for.